Hello, everybody, and welcome to our event here this afternoon. We're broadcasting live from the Sinclair Broadcasting Studios here in Baltimore, and we'd like to welcome all of our affiliates that are tuning in via satellite, and of course, all the members of the media who have joined us here today. We're here to talk about Ring of Honor Wrestling and the debut program, Ring of Honor Wrestling, coming to Sinclair Broadcasting stations all across the U.S. starting this fall. Members of the media, you've received a press release and our station lineup and when those shows will be airing, so you'll be able to release that as well. Now, here this afternoon, you're going to get an opportunity, fans of the affiliates, of course, I'm Kevin Kelly, I'm the voice of Ring of Honor. You're going to get to meet a lot of the stars of Ring of Honor today, and we're also going to be talking about our pay-per-view event this Sunday, which is Best in the World. And if any fans want to tune in on pay-per-view, you'll be able to do so. Just visit ROHWrestling.com for all the information. So we're going to introduce a lot of dignitaries. We'll be meeting some of the stars of Ring of Honor Wrestling, and we thought no better way to start things off than by introducing the COO of Ring of Honor Wrestling. It's Mr. Joe Koff.
Thank you, Kevin, and I want to thank the press for coming in, and I also want to welcome our stations all across our Sinclair network. It's good to have you part of this. And, you know, for Joe Koff, this is really the culmination of two passions. One, my love for wrestling, and second, my love for television. And when we can have a moment like this where we can provide both loves for me and also provide to our audience, to our stations, to our fans, this incredible product that is Ring of Honor, I just cannot say enough about it. The amount of work that you've seen go into this so far, the amount of work that you're going to see go into this product in the days and the months to come is really, really what this is all about. Ring of Honor is a product that needs to be seen and deserves to be seen. And through our network of stations, through our distribution sources, through the fans, through the social media, through all of your help, we're going to bring this product to a much vaster and broader audience that deserves to see this kind of wrestling. So I'm incredibly proud, humble as well, to be a part of Ring of Honor. But for us, it could not have been done without the dream and the work of Carrie Silkin. And I'm going to introduce Carrie in a second, because without Carrie Silkin, Ring of Honor would not exist. It was Carrie's promotion, and Carrie did an unbelievable job in fabricating, in forming this wonderful, wonderful wrestling group of people. So, Carrie, I'd like you to come up so I can formally thank you in front of this group, but also but also let you share your thoughts on this moment, because it's a big moment for both of us.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Yeah, this is for me, this is a dream come true. You know, 9 years of trying to promote the best wrestling that we could have done. And I really believe, without being too self-serving, with a lot of help in the ring and behind the scenes, that we've been able to do that. And now, having the opportunity, a lot of people have asked me, was it hard to give up Ring of Honor? Well, it wasn't that hard when I knew it was going to a company like Sinclair, who had Ring of Honor's best interests and was not looking to alter the product, and to take this product that we've created and bring it out to the masses, something that I just wasn't able to do like they can do it. So I am real excited to be part of this and to watch Ring of Honor in its new phase. And I thank Joe Koff and everybody else from Sinclair who's been involved, and we're looking forward to this Sunday as well as the future. And thank you very much.
Now, both Carrie and Joe and other members of Ring of Honor's roster will be available to you guys at the conclusion of our satellite feed for questions. So we will be able to do that. But, you know, there's a lot of great personalities in the history of professional wrestling. And Ring of Honor not only has some of the greatest stars that have ever graced the squared circle, but they also happen to have one of the most enigmatic, one of the most controversial, and one of the most outspoken figures as their executive producer. We wouldn't have it any other way. Ladies and gentlemen, the executive producer of Ring of Honor Wrestling, Mr. Jim Cornette.
9/24/11 is going to be a historic day in professional wrestling, because For so long now, a lot of people have said Ring of Honor. The folks that have watched it on the internet around the world, the various means of distribution we've had so far have said this is the best wrestling product out there. And I can tell you that I've been involved with every major wrestling promotion and every major network that has carried professional wrestling in this country for the past 25 years. I've never been as excited, I've never been as thrilled to be involved with something as I have with Ring of Honor. When Ring of Honor goes on television on the Sinclair Broadcast Group stations, it's going to be not only important for the wrestling fans, not only important for the Sinclair stations, but also vastly important for the wrestlers. Because you gentlemen of the wrestling press and the folks that are watching on satellite, a lot of you know who have studied our sport. It's in the doldrums. It's become, I don't want to use the word passe, but in large case, the mainstream stars, the household names that all the wrestling fans have come to know, have gotten older. And unfortunately, in our sport at this point, not a lot of time and not a lot of energy has been put into letting the young stars, the fresh faces, the new talent, take their rightful position. That's really why Ring of Honor was founded 9 years ago, and that's what Kerry Silken has tried to provide, is an opportunity for guys to refine the in-ring product, for guys, new faces and new stars, young people, who are still in their athletic prime and who have a love for this genre, this unique American art form. They have got an opportunity through Ring of Honor that they couldn't get through the big networks to show what they can do. And now, on 9/24/11, bar the door, because we're coming to get some. These guys are the youngest, the freshest, the most competitive, the most athletic, the hardest hitting athletes that you will see in any wrestling ring anywhere. But in addition to that, they have a love for this profession, this sport. And, wrestling has undergone a lot of bad PR, has undergone a lot of stereotypes. A lot of it more now is related to the entertainment aspect than the competitive sport aspect. Well, we want to change that. With the rise of the popularity of mixed martial arts, especially in the young men 18 to 34 demographic, we don't want professional wrestling to go the way of the buggy whip. We don't want it to go the way of rabbit ears. We want to take pro wrestling into the 21st century, and that's what we've been striving to do. That's what our fans across the world, not just across the country, but across the world, who have followed this underground phenomenon any way they could, that's what they've said they want. And with this television program, it's not going to be old school wrestling, and it's not going to be modern sports entertainment. It's going to be a fresh look. It's going to be a fresh approach. We're going to tell the stories of these unique personalities, these driven individuals that you'll meet here in just a few minutes when I finish talking, that have suffered and have bled and have sweat and have paid the price to get where they are and to do what they do. We want to introduce you to these personalities. We want to tell you their stories, and then we want you to see them in competition in the ring. And I promise you, these guys are athletic marvels, and you've never seen anything like it. And with the Sinclair stations involved, and you do have the station list, but some of the great wrestling markets in the country, right here in Baltimore, Gary Juster, who's affiliated with Ring of Honor now, promoted events in the Baltimore Civic Center here in the 80s that were some of the premier events at that time in pro wrestling, with thousands of people attending. But Baltimore, I'm looking down the station list of tremendous wrestling markets in the Carolinas: Greensboro, Raleigh, Asheville, Greenville, Spartanburg, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Oklahoma City, a place I know very well. All tremendous wrestling markets. Not only will the television program be broadcast in all these and all the other Sinclair stations, but also we intend to tour live events so that the fans in these individual markets can see the wrestlers live, can see the action. In conjunction with the television stations, we're going to be doing some great live promotions, and also the internet pay-per-views, which are going to be upgraded and are going to be broadcast around the world via the internet, show you the best wrestling action that we can possibly give you, and those things are only going to get bigger. So we are really excited. I'm excited. I've been waiting a long time for something like this, because you can't go forward if you keep going backward. And right now, Ring of Honor Wrestling is the only wrestling promotion that intends to go forward with young guys, for young fans, fans of all ages, young and young at heart, and a product that everybody can be proud of and everybody can be excited by. I can't wait. And I want to just take the opportunity, before I give the podium back to Kevin Kelly, the voice of Ring of Honor, to introduce some of the the great wrestling stars that have signed with Ring of Honor, some that are going to be on the pay-per-view Best in the World this Sunday afternoon, live from the Hammerstein Ballroom at the Manhattan Center in New York City, in the shadow of Madison Square Garden that we hope to sell out one day. So without further ado, let me introduce some of the great, young, fresh wrestling talent that a lot of you folks out there are seeing for the very first time. First of all, accompanied by his life intervention expert, please welcome one of the strongest competitors in the ring today, Unbreakable, Michael Elgin. And we will keep the parade going, accompanied by Prince Nana of the Embassy and his Princess Mia Yim. Please welcome first the only undefeated man in Ring of Honor at this time, the dominant male Tommaso Ciampa. As well, a man that might be very familiar to some of you, the Man Beast, who will return to pay-per-view this Sunday. Please welcome Rhino. Another of the young stars that Ring of Honor has signed through our many scouting expeditions around the world to bring the best talent, accompanied by his trainer, Brutal Bob Evans. Please welcome the prodigy, Mike Bennett. And also, the man who will be challenging for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship this Sunday on pay-per-view. Please welcome the generic luchador, El Generico. Folks, there's such a great roster of talent in Ring of Honor. We didn't have room in the studio to bring all of them in, but you can see here that we have some young, some fresh, and some exciting talent, and we intend to provide the best wrestling action, the best wrestling productions, both live event, internet pay-per-view, and especially, mark it down on your calendar, 9/24/11, folks, the face of professional wrestling will change forever, and it's going to be called Ring of Honor. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Yes, indeed, 9/24/11 will be a history-making date for Ring of Honor and for wrestling fans all around the world. But Ring of Honor looks to make history of its own this Sunday, live on pay-per-view. Live on internet pay-per-view. So we want to shift our focus now to start to talk about Best in the World and what you're going to see live this Sunday, starting at 4 p.m. from the Hammerstein Ballroom. And for fans that would like to order the event, you can visit ROHWrestling.com. And let's start by talking about the World Championship match at the top of the card. Everybody has been talking about it, and I wanted to introduce at this time both challenger and champion. First, the ROH World Champion Eddie Edwards and his challenger, Davey Richards. So, gentlemen, just a few words, if we can, on the eve of such a history-making, very personal match. I know, Davey, the road back to challenge for the title has been a challenging one, a grueling one for you. Your thoughts, please, as we're almost on the eve of Best in the World.
Well, before I give you my thoughts, I need to give you and the media the history. Me and Eddie formed the American Wolves in 2009 to become the best in the world, the best tag team in the world, which I think we are. And we dominated everyone, but eventually we had a match for the World Television title, and you beat me. And that set off a series of events to where I went to capture the world title, which I failed last year, final battle, due to a concussion. And I gave myself an ultimatum. One more shot. I get one more shot at the world title. If I don't win it, I'm done. Little did I know the person I would challenge for that one shot would be you. And I'm proud of you, Eddie. I am. I'm so proud of you. But you wanted this. And Eddie, you're going to get it. And I'm not going to be the one to feel sorry for you when I crush your dream. But Eddie, look at me. I'm going to crush you.
Champ, your thoughts?
Dave, you want to talk about the history? You know, you go around saying that we're partners, we're wolves, and we're brothers, which that's all true. That is all true. But sometimes you forget, I'm not your little brother, Davey. I'm not your little brother. I am not your little protege, okay? I am the Ring of Honor World Champion. I am the first ever Ring of Honor Triple crown champion in the history of this great company. But yet, with all my accomplishments, there's that doubt that creeps into the back of my head. That doubt, that question that I ask myself. With all this, am I better than Davey Richards? And it's a question that drives me. I wake up and I think about it. I go to sleep and I think about it. It's a question that drives me each and every day. On Sunday, I asked for this match, Davey, because I need it. I need this. Not about going out there and showing the fans what I can do or showing everybody here what I'm capable of. It's about going out there and beating you because I need to. And in Sunday, New York City, we will see who is the best in the world.
All right, members of the media, if we can, we're going to have champion and challenger pose with the ROH World Championship. All right, thank you, gentlemen.
Gentlemen, before you leave, I just want to reiterate to both of you, Davey, we're going to hold you to what you said.
Yeah.
This is your opportunity. This is your last opportunity. If you win, you're the champion. If not, you're welcome in Ring of Honor, but you'll get no more opportunities for the world title. And Eddie, once again, I hope you realize what you've asked for,
Thank you.
and I know you'll acquit yourself as a champion. Gentlemen, thank you very much.
So, of course, we know that so much is on the line in the World Championship match. Think about the pressure that's on both athletes. As Davey Richards, as you just heard from Mr. Cornette, this will be his one and only opportunity to challenge for the ROH World Championship. Each man is looking to be the flag carrier for the debut program. What a feather in the cap it would be, not only to be recognized, of course, the ROH World Championship, and to our affiliates out there, the ROH World Championship is synonymous with the title of being the best wrestler in the world, a source of pride in why these athletes fight so hard for this prized possession, but also the opportunity to be the champion for the debut show. 9/24/11 is a huge date that's looming in the background of all that we will see this Sunday as it unfolds at Best in the World. Of course, we know that the tag team titles will also be up for grabs. This Sunday, it is going to be chaotic. It's going to be crazy. It has an opportunity to get out of control very quickly because you're putting 8 men, 4 very combustible teams, in an element where the competition is at its highest. Tag team wrestling is a premier event in Ring of Honor. It is not a sideshow. It is not an afterthought. It is at the top of the card. And Ring of Honor has assembled the greatest tag team roster in the world today. And 4 teams will vie for the gold in a 4-team elimination match. So let's introduce challengers and champion. First, the first team that will challenge this Sunday is Kenny King and Rhett Titus, collectively known as the All Night Express. Kenny and Rhett, I know a lot has been talked about your meteoric rise over the past few months. And I would imagine, Rhett, we'll go to you first, that as we get counting down to Sunday, you've got to have some butterflies. What are your thoughts?
The nerves are setting in a little bit, but I'll tell you what, Kevin. With those nerves comes a sense of confidence. I'm very confident that coming out of the best in the world, you're looking at the best in the world right here. New Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions.
And Kenny, I know, of course, the athleticism that you guys display is front and center at all times, but this is a very, very physical confrontation that looms on the horizon.
Well, that's what happens when you wrestle tag team wrestling Ring of Honor. You never know exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get some athleticism, you're going to get some great technical skills, and you're going to get guys that are willing to knock your teeth out. But it may come as a shock to everybody else, but it's no shock to us. We've trained ourselves physically, mentally. We're ready to take it all.
All right. Well, best of luck, guys. The next challengers that will vie for the gold, of course, they are two of the most outspoken individuals ever in the history of professional wrestling. And we welcome them here, Jay and Mark, the Briscoe brothers. Jay and Mark, of course, 6-time ROH World Tag Team Champions. Gentlemen, we'll have an opportunity to speak to you in just a little bit, but of course, we know that Jay and Mark look to regain those titles for a 7th time. That would certainly be historic, and history could be made this Sunday. Now let's introduce the champions. They claimed the crown recently at Honor Take Center Stage in Atlanta, and they are known and they wear the crown proudly as wrestling's greatest tag team. Ladies and gentlemen, here they are, the ROH World Tag Team Champions, Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin. Okay. Gentlemen, we are moving quickly on time. We do have a limited amount of satellite time, so thoughts this Sunday as we can. We're going to talk to the champs here first. Of course, Shelton, we know the titles mean so much, but it's much more about the possession of the gold belt, isn't it?
Well, without a doubt, myself and Charlie Haas, we've been competitors all our lives. We've been competitors in high school, in college, for other organizations, and collectively we felt there's no one better than wrestling's greatest tag team, and what better place to showcase that fact than right here in Ring of Honor. And that's why we came here, and that's basically what we done. We did it the old-fashioned way. We earned our title shots, and we won those titles, and we stand here, the current reigning tag team champions.
Well, before I get to your thoughts, Charlie, I want to read an email that I received earlier today from the other team that will be part of the 4-team elimination tournament, that 4-team elimination match. That, of course, is the Kings of Wrestling, Chris Hero and Claudio Castagnoli. And it simply said this: we, the Kings of Wrestling, Chris Hero and Claudio Castagnoli, the longest reigning ROH World Tag Team Champions in history, refuse to share the podium with the teams that we will face this Sunday. However, we will speak volumes with our actions when we regain the gold in NYC, proving Kings reign supreme, and they are the best in the world. Charlie, they refuse to be here today. Your thoughts about the Kings of Wrestling?
Well, let's get the thought of this first. This Sunday, best in the world. That phrase is exactly what it means, because it represents each team, each man that's going to stand in that ring. Because we are truly the best tag teams in the world. And it's for the greatest prize in tag team wrestling today, and that's the ROH Tag Team Championship. And I can honestly say that because, like Shelton said, we've held every title all over the world, but these mean something more, because this is truly where tag team wrestling is. Tag team wrestling is alive and well right here in ROH. I mean, you got the All Night Express. They stepped their game up. I'm proud of them. They used to just like to play hard. Now they work hard and play hard. Then you got the Kings of Wrestling, the thorn in our side, the longest reigning ROH Tag Team Champions in the history. But you know what? We beat them. But we had to fight to do that. Then you have Shelton Benjamin and I, wrestling's greatest tag team. You know, to hold these really says that you truly are the best. You're the best at what you do, and that's wrestle. And that's why we chose ROH, because this is where wrestling lives.
You forget the team. When we get to go up there and talk, when we go up to the podium, we've been here since day one. We've been here since day one. When we get to go up to the no podium.
Would you sit down, please? We've got some time left.
When you get invited, have a seat.
Listen, this is why you guys are sitting over there, because you don't know how to handle yourselves, all right? This is something prestigious, and you guys are ruining it. Will you relax?
Yeah, we made it prestigious. That's right. We've been here since
Hey, I'm not denying your work. Hey, I'm not. Listen, man, I'm not denying your work. You guys are great. But this is a big moment for ROH. You're going to come in here and ruin it? Ruin everything that Kerry's built?
When we get to talk, just Kevin Kelly's like, oh, we'll get to the Briscoes in a little bit. We walk in, we go to the podium.
We have an opportunity. We have a limited amount of satellite time, and we're going to get to it. It's part of the program. We apologize.
Hey, well, you interviewed ANX, you interviewed them. What about us?
Well,
when we get to talk, huh?
You're obviously talking right
Statement
now,
from the
gentlemen.
Kings, right?
You guys need to relax, all right? You guys are ruining this. This is
Hey,
a big
hey.
moment for us. Let's just save this for Sunday, okay? June 26th, we'll let it all go in the ring there. Let's just relax,
Save it
okay?
for Sunday. You
Yeah.
know what? You know all these pretty cameras, all these fancy lights? Shoot. Heck with Sunday. We can do this right now. All right. We can do this right now, man. We can do this right now.
Hey, come on.
We can do it right now.
Come on, guys, please.
Huh?
Don't
Do this right now.
Don't do this. Come on. Yeah, come on. Look on with your suit. Come on in here. Yeah.
Come on, we're in this suit. Go suit and tie. Joe.
Would you look?
Suit and tie.
Please.
Won't be the
Look
suit and
over
tie
it.
this
Look
Sunday.
over it.
We don't want them to fight. Thank you, Red.
We don't. We do. Hey,
Come on.
Come on then. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm scared of you, boy. You think I'm scared of you? Huh?
Come on. We got this, man. June 26th, enough of this.
Can you please?
come on. We don't need this. We don't need this. Not here.
Come on, man. You know we've been here since the start, man.
Way to ruin it. Way to ruin it. That's good.
Real
Class.
classy, guys.
Real class.
Great.
Great state of Delaware.
Satellite around the world. Thank you.
I apologize on behalf of the Briscoe brothers. That's no way to represent ROH. That's no way as a champion should represent it. If they ever win these titles of championship belts again, God forbid what the tag team division will fall to then. But that's not going to happen because we're not going to let it.
Well, it's a very stacked field. Of course, as part of a stacked card, we want to apologize to our affiliates there for the Briscoes and their being the Briscoes. They are controversial. They are outspoken. They are physically gifted. They come in all shapes and sizes. They come from different backgrounds. They come from different walks of life, but they come with a collective purpose here in Ring of Honor, and that is to be recognized as the best. So we know that 9/24/11 will be the kickoff of ROH television, and we want to thank our affiliates for joining us along the Sinclair Broadcast Group. Jim, I didn't expect to get out of breath here.
I know I'm not in very
you know.
good shape either. Obviously, tempers will flare, but once again, this is what we're trying to say, that there's competitive wrestling. The sport of professional wrestling has been lost in some cases in favor of, as we say, entertainment. We believe that rather than sports entertainment, Ring of Honor is an entertaining sport. We let the athletes speak for themselves in the ring. Sometimes they speak for themselves when they shouldn't. But overall, Ring of Honor, once again, we are excited because we feel it is going to make a mainstream statement about the new age, the 21st century of professional wrestling. We thank you guys for being here. We thank the folks for watching us across the world on satellite and the internet feed that will follow. And once again, 9/24/11. Thanks to Joe Koff, the folks at Sinclair Broadcasting, of course, the former owner and founder of Ring of Honor Wrestling, Kerry Silken. Thanks to all of them, we're going to be bringing you something the likes of which you have not seen. Once again, one more time, it's not old school, folks, and it's not modern sports entertainment. It's the future of professional wrestling, and it's Ring of Honor. And we thank you very much. Kevin, you can wrap it up because I'm sucking wind.
Yeah. Well, we will see everybody, of course, 9/24/11, and we will also see you live this Sunday on internet pay-per-view, GoFightLive.tv, $14.95 if you want to purchase Best in the World. We know that it will be a very physical, it will be an emotional, and it will be a very memorable history-making event. It comes to you live this Sunday from the Hammerstein Ballroom. It promises to be ROH's biggest event ever. And we can think of no better way than to kick off our working now with Sinclair Broadcast Group, to be part of Sinclair, and to be joining all of you, our great affiliates, along the way. We want to thank you, on behalf of all of us, for joining us here this afternoon for this special satellite broadcast.